Hey guys, it's Willie from Panda.com. Welcome back. Today I want to continue the Dark Side of Trading series. I called this Dividend dirtbags. I was trying to think of like a name that's suitable for these type of companies. So in a lot of my previous videos, I talk a lot about the dripinvesting.org. That's to find candidates for Wheel of Fortune strategies. So, but then there's also like on the flip side, where you might want to consider the Wheel of Misfortune strategy when the time is right. So when you want to start practicing shorting stocks ahead of like the big crash that I think will happen in maybe like a year or two. So it's good to maybe learn about these things ahead of time, because by the time everything, like all the bad news hits the news, then it's too late to really short. So you want to have like maybe like a, think about it as like sort of like a insurance policy, but for your portfolio. I think shorting could be part of that. So there's a few different things that you can consider. People have been asking me, what resources are there for to learn about shorting and how to make money when like the markets go down. I think there's like one of the reasons why there's not that many resources, because like psychologically it's not very like comfortable for most people. People, I think generally they like to make money on the upside. Like they want to buy something now and hope that it like goes up in value. They don't, like, it's harder for people to think of like selling, borrowing something and then selling it first and then buying it back later and then giving it back to the original owner. It's a concept that's not too popular, and it's also psychologically is very like difficult to get their heads and hands around it. So one of my favorite resources is a book from Dr. Alexander Elder. This one is called Sell and Sell Short. I think there's a newer version available. You could probably find it on Amazon or any like a place that sells used books. I don't have any like an Amazon store, any like those referral links, but I'm pretty sure you can find out about it. And I like Dr. Alexander Elder in general. He's probably one of the few traders that I follow occasionally, and I really can respect his work. But anyway, back to candidates for the Wheel of Misfortune strategy, or like trying to find like dividend dirtbags. So a lot of people like dividend aristocrats or like dividend kings, or like dividend royalty, because like it's very comforting, because like you don't have to do as much work to make money. You just have to buy it, and then assume that the track record will continue to bring in and grow like their dividends. But for dividend dirtbags, this is a lot more interesting, like at least for me, because my background is in financial analysis. So I kind of geek out on like these aspects of finance, but you don't have to. This is more for short candidates for your consideration. So on the big spreadsheet on dripinvesting.org, occasionally you'll see companies that might drop off the list because like maybe either they suspend their dividends or they actually cut them. So you can start looking there for like candidates to consider. I actually have two companies in mind that I'll share with you as well. They haven't cut their dividends yet, but their debt loads and their business prospects, I think even before the pandemic hit, they're kind of in rough shape. So for example, ExxonMobil, ticker symbol XOM, and AT&T, ticker symbol T, even before the pandemic, they've made some, I guess, like questionable financial deals, and like they kind of loaded themselves up with too much debt, and it's causing their stock price to kind of suffer. I think the last time I looked at those two, like they're like, below 50 or even below 30. So right now it's not a, I don't feel like it's a really that great time to short just yet, because like even if you short successfully and like for some reason if they go out of business, like the most you can make is 100%. They go down all the way from 30 to 0. I would wait for, I guess, like the bull market to kind of like carry everything up, to like, so that they're like really overvalued, and then maybe start looking at potential short from there. Because shorting is, I've mentioned in a previous video about like just shorting in general, like the dark side of trading, that shorting is a lot more difficult because you have to pay the dividend to the person that you've borrowed the stock from. So it's a bit of additional pain. It's been said that by like some of the old time traders that if you can successfully short, and you can time your sells really well, that's like a hallmark of like a really good trader. And that's why that thought has always like been stuck in my head for a while. So like I consider myself right now like an okay trader. Like the bull market, in a bull market, like everybody's like a good trader, but it's only in bear markets that you find out who the really great traders are. So like I really aspire to be one of those, hopefully one day. If I can call like the top, like even not maybe to the day, but maybe like within the like the month that it'll happen, that'll be probably like one of my most like proudest moments as a trader, if I can successfully call a top somewhere. But anyway, what else did I want to kind of share with you guys? Yeah, I guess that's it for now. So if like those, like in the dripinvesting.org, so those are like, like a place to start looking for short candidates. Although people have mentioned to me, oh, is this a good time to short certain Chinese stocks because of like the House bill that was passed recently. I think it's a little too early. It's not going to be like a one day that like that, like Chinese stocks will just like be taken off of all the exchanges. I don't think it makes sense because there's so many people that have indirectly invested in like maybe either through a mutual fund or like an ETF or something, to like just get rid of them like wholesale. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I think it'll be good for getting rid of like some of the weaker, like kind of like the crappier companies. I certainly wouldn't want like another like Luckin Coffee situation where like people put their hard-earned money in it and like it turns out like it was a fraud. That's horrible. So I think like the overall bill, it makes sense. You want companies to adhere to at least like US or like international accounting standards. It's not a foolproof method, because even with like when you there, in the past there's plenty of like US companies and other international companies that have also gone bankrupt. So it's not like it's a foolproof method for getting rid of like bad companies. You still have to look at the overall financials. But I think this is overall like a good thing for Chinese companies. Well, certain Chinese companies, like ones that actually are growing the profits, growing their margins. So maybe in another video I'll kind of touch on that as well. But I'll maybe continue like maybe another one or two dark side of trading type videos first, and then maybe like certain like bad Chinese stocks or good Chinese stocks could be like another series that I can consider. So let me know, guys. Let me know if that type of content would interest you. And if you like this type of content, please consider giving it a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Hope you like it. Bye now.